bring together professionals as well as academics to try to solve some problems. So we're not just involved in research, we're also involved in trying to help news organizations and journalists be able to adapt the technology and put it to use and ultimately to make a profit from it.
In today's world, you can't be a journalist and not understand technology, and you can't be a journalist and not understand business. And if you want to be a business person in media, you need to understand it from the journalist's point of view and from the computer science and technologist's point of view as well.
The Reynolds Journalism Institute is really designed to help test and try out new technologies and the application of those technologies in journalism. The real goal is to find new ways of doing things as well as possibly finding new revenue opportunities.
At RJI, we have many opportunities to kind of reimagine, re-envision what journalism and the advertising that supports it can do with new emerging technologies. We're trying to build a larger ecosystem to make kind of the region as the go-to place for young entrepreneurs, and RJI is right in the center of that.
Okay, stand by camera, 5, 2, go ahead, Joey. Yes, I can hear.
The best way I've been able to describe RJI to friends and family who've never heard of it before is kind of an incubator for new ideas. We won a Appy Award. The Appies are kind of like the Academy Awards for mobile apps. The J School does have a great working relationship with large tech companies like Adobe and Apple and Google, brands and Motorola and hardware manufacturers.
Well, RJI has just this great interdisciplinary program of bringing together journalism students and engineering students. They tend to reach out into other communities because interdisciplinary is the future, if not the present, of education. The ability to come here and talk not just to engineering students, but talk to journalism students, talk to people from the community, other people that have been brought in, is just an amazing opportunity.
The great thing that we bring, I think, is this research muscle, the knowledge and the techniques. We've got an army of people who can participate in kind of executing experiments. We can work together to get some experiments going in some newsrooms and some newspapers, see if we can develop some new models and share best practices with the industry.
Streaming, we are streaming. 15 seconds.
No, you are fine. Christy says, way to go, Monica, on our live chat. Keep talking. Great discussion.
5 seconds. Here we go. And we are coming out.
RJI got involved in the UNews project because it was getting an awful lot of attention and press. I mean, it was something unique that KOMU was doing.
Plus, our Google Plus Hangout later this evening at 6 p.m. tonight. We've got the NASCAR drivers. Okay. We're going to be a part of NASCAR's Roush Fenway's Hangout with the NASCAR drivers, so we are very excited about that.
We think that it's an opportunity for television to adapt social media in new ways, and we wanted to be able to share the successes and the experiences of KOMU's UNews program with other television news executives.
And there's another Fox station that's hanging out. We help them get on the platform. It's like everybody's doing what we're doing now.
Stand by. Stand by, Sarah. Stand by, Sarah. Stand by, Sarah. Here we go. Stand by. Stand by. Here we go. Here we go.
It's a real privilege to be research director of RJI because it brings in so many interesting fellows from around the world and certainly from across the United States. And so my job is to work with them and provide them research that really backs up those great ideas.
For great journalism to continue, we really have to have a better understanding of audiences' preferences. How do they want to get media? What kind of news is important to them? How can we help them in their lives through good journalism? How can we do great journalism that people will pay for? And that, contributing to the whole idea of the business model of journalism, particularly as young people are developing their media habits, we think is really important for the industry.
For example, we've been asking lots and lots of people what they prefer, and then we've been presenting different kinds of scenarios to people to see what would be their preferred cell phone news product, and then what would they be willing to pay for it.
Fundamentally, it gives us a real-time record of what your brain is doing when you're processing different kinds of media content. I am under no illusion that in 1 year I'm going to completely shake up the entire world of journalism. But I think this year, my work can make some people think about things differently.
And we thought that working with a preeminent institution like RJI would really give us access to some of the latest in the thinking and the teaching and in the experiments which are going on in the journalism and media world.
Doors just fling open anytime, I say that I'm from the Missouri School of Journalism, the Reynolds Journalism Institute, and then I'm a fellow here, and people just automatically open the door and are willing to listen.
The newspaper industry is a distressed industry right now, and it's the advertising model that we've relied on for so many years and has carried us so far isn't working. And now is the time for us to invest in research and to do some experiments and to really be aggressive about trying to find new ways to pay for the journalism.
We got a lot at stake, and we have to, we have a lot of revenue pressure every month that we have to make.
One of the big issues that a lot of news organizations are facing is the lack of resources to be able to have an entire team dedicated toward web analytics. We can bring deeper insight into those areas that they wouldn't otherwise have the resources to do.
What I understand, you guys are doing pretty well nationally speaking. You get a lot of, you're, I believe, top 10 nationally in newspapers of social media traffic to your website, which is fantastic. But there could be even more ways that we can do that. So.
Right. Okay, that's something that I hadn't heard before.
Me
so
neither.
Oh, really?
I think those lines are going to be blurred. Is what is print and what is digital. It's kind of just going to be news, and the method that it's delivered isn't really going to matter a whole lot. But we just need to be able to monetize whatever we can, and that's the whole purpose of analytics, is to optimize your website, just like you would optimize a search engine marketing campaign or a Facebook campaign. You want to optimize your website, and there's several ways of doing that. Content, sales data, you can look into all kinds of different stuff, and that's the whole point of this exercise.
You will find the sweet spot, and when you do, you'll see 50, 100, 200% increase in traffic that way. And that's really what we're going after.
The biggest impact, I think, is what's the potential? What could we be doing? Asking the questions why, and I think that's going to bear the most fruit for us.
We've got nothing but real-world problems here at Sun-Times Media. What was fascinating is that they really focused on the websites. They thought we were doing okay with the newspapers. They were what they were. But the websites, they zeroed in on something we felt all along, which was we were not marketing them correctly. We were not driving the right amount of traffic. We certainly were not selling, we were not generating enough revenue with those sites. And they came up with a series of great, wonderful, innovative ideas that, that would inevitably, if nothing else, drive our web traffic by a factor of 2 or 3 or maybe 4 times what we are getting right now. So this was a great, great experience for all of us. I was so impressed by the organization. They came up with something that really helped us move forward.
I'm really excited to be here today because it's the first round of judging for the 3rd annual RJI Hearst competition.
The concept of the student competition is to bring together journalism students, computer science, and business students, and then we give them a challenge, some sort of a business challenge or journalism challenge to solve.
Hearst gets a number of things from participating in this competition. One is access to students who are thinking of new things. They're the next generation of media users. They're current generation of media users. They're the ones who are growing. They're trying out new things. So getting to interact with them and kind of getting a window into what they're thinking about is really, really important.
Actually, students tend to be closest to where these new technologies are. They understand how they work, they understand what their appeal is to their demographic, so they oftentimes come up with solutions that professionals wouldn't think of.
And the runner-up team developed a user-generated content app, and that is being integrated into the television group's app that they will be rolling out this year.
We've done a lot, we've contributed a lot, but I think that the next few years are the most challenging, and we can have the most meaningful contribution. So look forward to that. Happy to be here and to be a part of that.